Hello, good evening. Hi, today I'm not going to run any what I call that pre pre-screen or pre-live role because we are starting late. So good evening and happy Wednesday. Let me turn on lights. Today's I'm okay. It's not working. When things don't work, it just don't work. Anyway, so um, what should I say? Welcome, and I'm not really prepared this day, but we will still proceed. Okay, today we're going to talk about one subject which our friend Jeremy has brought up, which I think is pretty interesting. It is about how do you manage your clients' email on their behalf. Okay, but before that, quick introduction. My name is Andrew, and I help businesses build deeper relationships. Okay, let me run this. There you go. I help businesses build deeper relationships with their clients and also their prospects through the medium of or the channel of email, and so that selling becomes a lot more effortless. Okay, primarily because you are using emails to build uh, the know, like, and trust, to develop the know, like, and trust with your customers. Right, because you're communicating with your customers on a regular basis, you're sharing information, you're giving value to your audiences or your readers. I think on Monday I wrote an email to my subscribers, and I talk about the idea of email as your personal and your private social media channel. If you think about it, that's what it is, right? You're communicating with them, and but it's not to everyone. So if you do your normal social media, you're broadcasting to you know anyone who happens to land into your social media page. Whereas in email, you are communicating with people who have given you explicit permission for you to email them, right? And it is not a one-way communication, right? Though most companies or most customers tend to think there's one way where you broadcast to your audience. It should be a two-way communication, right? You should allow your subscribers to be able to reply to your email. As in any emails, right? It should be two ways. So what you're doing effectively, if you think about it, is your email or your email list is your own personal social media audiences. Okay, so when you send something to them, it's only they who are subscribed to your list will get to read and nobody else. Okay, so you can still use your normal social media to bring in potential leads and customers or prospects, but once they're in, this is where your own personal channel for you to communicate. All right. So that's essentially what email is all about. Okay. Uh, Let me see. Am I broadcasting to LinkedIn? Yes, I am. Okay. Let's look at. All right. Okay. So with that, let's move on to. Oh, before that, if you notice today the screen is split off. I don't know why I'm using so-called screen mirroring software, which basically connects to my iPad. Okay, so basically, I'm just so that I can write on my okay, so I can write on my iPad, and you will see on the screen like this. Okay, so it's interactive. There you go. Right. So it's not just your typical presentation. Okay. With that, if you have questions on email marketing, let me get rid of this little guy here. Okay. So if you have any questions related to email marketing, especially in aspects of how you get your email marketing moving, how you get your prospects to respond, email deliverability issues, for example, which means in layman term, does your email actually reach the inbox of your recipients, right? Or do they end up in spam? Okay, so those are the questions that you can ask me, and I come on live every Wednesday at 9. Today I'm a bit late. There's something that I just can't avoid, so I've got to fix that. Anyway, I'm live now. So if you have questions, you can go to this particular page, ants.digital. That's my website, and ask Andrew anything. It will lead you to a simple Google form. Fill in your email address and fill in your questions, and I will answer them. Uh, you know, next week, Wednesday at 9 p.m. Okay. And if you want to connect with me, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I post mostly on LinkedIn. And this is basically, if you go to my profile, it's ants.digital/LinkedIn. It is a short link that will link you to my LinkedIn profile. Okay. So enough of me. Let's talk about our friend Jeremy. All right. So he mentioned that his clients want him to create an email list for his domain name. Okay, that's straightforward. Is it possible for him to have access to the inbox and what send the emails, or do I have to do it for him since he doesn't have an email automation service provider? Jeremy, congratulations on getting a client. So this is what you should do. Okay, as a person who's going to manage emails on behalf of your clients, one first thing you need to do is you need to sign him up for an ESP. Okay. Now remember, we are custodian of our customers' data and customers' business when it comes to email. You should allow them to have control over the assets. In this case, signing up for an ESP, you can use MailerLite, you can use Smiley, for example, or any ESPs that you're comfortable with working. If you're Aweber, whatever it is, it's fine. Okay. But he has to own this, although you'll be managing for him. So on behalf of the company, whatever, he has to own this. And then number two, obviously, you need to look at authentication. Okay, which is basically your SPF, your DKIM, and maybe if you're what you call that, if you're adventurous enough, then you can do DMARC. Okay, generally these are the three things. Now, this basically helps you or helps your client to avoid the spam box as much as possible. Okay, inbox providers or mailbox MBP mailbox providers like Google, Yahoo, and Outlook, for example, or Exchange, they are very particular of new email domains they're sending out, and they want to make sure, at the very least, your responsibility to help them get these three things sorted out first, so that they know the email comes from the right domain, is authenticated, and it's verified, right, and it's genuine. Okay. The next thing, obviously, to move from inbox, from promo box to inbox, that's over time that you can develop. But first thing first, you need to make sure that at the very least, most of the emails over time gets into their recipient's inbox. So once you have done with that, then obviously, then you're going to migrate their data, which is basically the email addresses. Okay. So move that in. And if you can, like I say, you got to clean it up first. So to make sure that email addresses are proper, are genuine, and make sure, ask your clients, where do they get the source of these email addresses? Did they buy it from somebody, or do they take it off a directory? Those are the things that you want to avoid, especially if they buy the list. Okay, preferably, because remember, in email, it's about permission marketing, right? Your prospects or your recipients have to give their approval in order for you to send emails to them. There's only the right thing to do. So you, Jeremy, if you're managing on behalf of your clients, you should advise your client this way. Okay. So what's the next question? Okay. So once you have set up the ESP, all right, you can set up on his behalf, and then you assign yourself as the admin or either the email manager. And from then on, that's where you do your part by creating the emails, helping them to segment the audiences, for example, creating the strategies for writing your emails. All right. So because you need to know which audiences is relevant for you to send those emails. Okay. So if you look at how should I say it? If you look at this little triangle here, and a lot of people don't see this, right? Okay. Most people at the surface, they will just think about sending emails or either writing the emails. A lot, 99.9% of your customers would expect you to be doing this. But in actual fact, as an email, as an email specialist, you need to STRATEGY. It's difficult when you're spelling to spell when you're on live. You need to look at strategy. You need to look at your segmentation. Okay. and then you need to look at your results, basically your opens, your clicks, okay? And then there's a little thing called your email design, okay? So these are the things that mostly customers don't see. And these are the things that you as an email service provider or email specialist are the things that you should be working on. And as a result of getting this right, then this will give you the results that your customers or your clients want. All right? Clear? I hope, pardon the stretch image today. I've got to fix it later. Anyway, I've just updated the software, so glitches like this tends to happen. Okay. Let me see. Any questions so far? Jeremy, I hope I've answered your question. Let me see if I missed anything. So you can give him access to the inbox, yes, because he owns the account for ESPs, right? And you, because of him getting access, you can send emails on his behalf, all right? And your responsibility to help him get the ESP. Set it up and write the emails for them and send it out and monitor the response of the subscribers, your unsubscribes, your bounce, for example. But when you clean your email list properly, your bounce rate will drop significantly. Okay, that means you're sending to genuine emails or legitimate emails or valid email addresses. Okay, so those are the things. Talking about that, your strategy, you got to look at, for example, cleaning your emails. Okay, so these are the few things. Okay, all right. Oh, sorry, you didn't see this. Okay, there you go. Gotta switch this. So, like I say, sending emails is something that most people will see on the surface, but the real stuff you do is your strategy, segmentation, your design. Look at your response, which is open, clicks, and also, let's say, bounce. And then you manage the spam reports. Okay, so that if the spam rates go high up, then obviously there's some issues with either your email or the content of your email, or your email list has an issue. Okay, and then obviously that's where you manage and you clean your email list over time to make sure that only genuine emails gets into your client's inbox, or for that matter your inbox. Okay, and then with that, um, I want to share something. I'm looking at a program. I don't even have the landing page done yet, right? I'm looking at program about growing your list. Okay, I'm going to develop a program. Most likely, it's going to be a live sessions, because that's where we get to work with each other. It will be a small group between 5 to 10 participant as most. The idea is, and because I'm doing this for myself, I'm planning for 2023. If you notice, I've got different programs running. I've got one which is the One Campaign Challenge, right? This primarily is almost a 360 degree kind of service where I write your copy, I design your ads, for example, I design and write your landing pages and the emails that comes with it. The idea is to have a campaign that is converting from end to end, so that you have basically your business gets moving for a particular product or whatever service that you want to sell. So besides that, I've also write emails for my clients. So I've got a couple of services running. So for 2023, I'm looking at revamping the list, or the strategy to grow the list. And I would like to invite you together as we work together, for you to work on your list and for me, so that we can share the information and we share the learning, for example, to take you through the process. What you want is, you don't want to grow your list for the sake of growing your list. Okay. If your subscribers don't know what you're doing and they're in for maybe just because your link magnet is cool, you're going to end up paying a fair bit for your ESPs, but they are not contributing to your sales. So what we want to achieve eventually is to have a list of prospects and also your customers that wants to do business with you. That's the idea. All right. So that's how you can then, you've heard of people saying that, the ROIs for emails is one, for every $1 spent, you get 43, 42, or sometimes 38, for example. You can reach this if you have a list of active and engaging subscribers. But if your subscribers basically expect only the free stuff, and either they don't trust you, that's your responsibility, or either the stuff that you're offering is not something that they really need, so there's obviously a mismatch somewhere, then you won't see the kind of results in terms of your email marketing and also success. So over the next few weeks, I will give you more details. At the moment, I just wanted to share with you, since we have a little bit more time, about the idea that I'm going to do about growing your list and growing a list that's profitable. Okay. So if you don't have anything, you can connect with me on LinkedIn, and you can DM me for details. I'll be sharing a few more information as we get along, and once I finalize the framework and the processes, then we'll be able to start this program, hopefully within the next 2 or 3 weeks at most, or probably in December. Okay. So if you don't have any questions, um, no, that's it. So let me see. Where is this? Okay, this one. This is important. If you have questions, submit to this URL. It's a Google form, and I will answer like what I've answered Jeremy in next week. Your questions, all right? And if you want to connect with me and talk about the idea about growing your list profitably, then you can DM me. I'm on LinkedIn, and this is my URL, and digital backslash LinkedIn. It will be a shortcut link to my profile, and we can get connected from there. All right. With that, sorry for the delay. I will be back on time next week, and thank you so much for your time. And if you're watching the repeat, you know, um, hopefully I've served you, and for this week. All right. Who else is there? I can see two people from Facebook and one from YouTube, but I don't know who they are. Anyway, whoever you are, thank you so much for your time. And I'll see you again next week. This is Andrew Wong, the email guy, signing off. Cheers, good night, and sorry for the delay once again. Cheers.